Welcome back to the Charged Up Show. This interview is brought to you by 519 Sports Online. 519 is a positive promotional platform which brings you highlights and interviews from your favorite teams across the region. Make sure to check out their social media channels on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and be sure to like and subscribe to 519's YouTube channel at youtube.com/519sportsonline. Thank you to Darren and his team for supporting the Charged Up Show.
Please welcome to the podcast my current goalie of the Air Centennials, Kevin Donaghey. So what's going on?
Not too much. Just hanging out, kind of trying to keep busy during quarantine here, and that's about it.
So obviously we just started practicing again. Not just started practicing again. Maybe started playing again. We're supposed to play some exhibition games soon, and things are looking positive. And how good is it to get back on the ice again after a 6-7 month break?
Yeah, it's for sure really good. I mean, I'm sure you're in the same position throughout the whole summer. It's kind of just doing the same thing. You're not really going out at all. Just staying at home. So getting back on the ice and hanging out with the guys again, it's for sure helps.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I think before we get too far in the interview, we want to make sure we did a 519 speed round for this episode. You're already warmed up a little bit, but let's fire some quick questions at you and see how you do.
Honest.
Yeah, I know. That's why I came in. But you and me, Nate, let's
all right.
So Don, you're gonna get a speed round as fast as you can. You have to answer the question. Don't even think about it. Just answer it.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, you want to kick it off, Keith?
All right, Nate. All right, I'll kick it off. First one, favorite restaurant?
I'm going to say... I'd say Jack Astor's.
All right, fair enough.
Okay.
This is going to take 20 minutes if you take that long. Eh?
Yeah, probably. Not a quick thinker.
All right, PS4 or Xbox?
Xbox.
Favorite animal?
Squirrel.
Oh, we still have this question in here, right? Favorite tree?
Tree. Maple.
Good answer.
Favorite color?
Red.
Favorite food?
Chicken.
Favorite subject?
Economics.
Oh, okay. Favorite barn you've played in?
I'd say the rink in Timmins.
Favorite current teammate?
There's only one
Mueller, maybe. Why not?
Let's go. CCM or Bauer?
CCM.
Go-to dance move?
I don't have any good dance moves. I'm not a good dancer.
That is okay. I'd just like to point out the fact that you said your favorite animal is a squirrel.
That's awesome. Kind of got away from me there.
And then he said Mueller was his favorite teammate.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, we're holding you to that now.
Yeah? Well, I mean, he normally puts them in my chest in practice, makes me look good, so.
Okay, I had this as a question for Nate or Keith to ask, but we might as well throw it out. It was a tough go, getting scored on twice by Mueller in the inner squad by me.
Yeah, I mean, one's through a screen, and the other one was a good shot. Tip your hat off to the shooter.
First shift, too. Donnie must have just been rattled. Minute and a half into the game, snip.
Yeah.
See you later, Donnie.
Jeez. Yeah, I've been hearing about these inner squads. How are they going?
It's going pretty good. Good intensity. It's fun just being out there and having a little bit more competition and just kind of passing around practice, stuff like that. So
right.
It's really good, and it's also another step to getting back to somewhat normal hockey games.
So you're in university right now?
Yeah, I'm at University of Guelph right now taking finance and economics.
How is that? How's online university?
Honestly, it's not terrible. You just kind of got to make a schedule and stick to it. Obviously, you don't have people, helping you out as much. So I find just kind of take the time every day. Just make sure you get yourself organized and prepare for the week, and it's not terrible.
Growing up, Mississauga, I didn't know you were a Toronto guy. You didn't come across as a Toronto guy, so that's a compliment. I definitely think that's a compliment. What was it like growing up playing the G? And obviously you name drop all the time. That you did play with Jack Hughes when he was 12, and you also played with one of our most popular guests, Riley Damiani.
Yeah, it's for sure really cool. There's a lot of good players that come from that league. hockey programs in Ontario. So, I mean, you're on the ice a lot. You're always competing with some really good players. So it was for sure a lot of fun, and I learned a lot from it.
Touch on Jack Hughes.
Yeah. Do you want me to just go for it and just edit in or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay, so Jack Hughes is a really good guy. So he's a year younger than me. He's an 01. And he was always nasty too. He had good hands, and had positive attitude, loved being at the rink. He has an older brother, Quinn, who also, I think, they played a lot of hockey together, so they were always competing out there against one another. So I think that helped them as well. But for sure, just all around, he's a really good guy from what I remember, and he just loves the game.
Right.
What about
Riley Damiani?
Jinx?
A lot of people on that Rebels team, we had a good group there, and a lot of the guys on that team just really liked hockey, and we liked to win. So everyone was committed. We put in the work, and I'd say same thing goes for Riley. Really good guy, and from what I can remember at least, and just loves hockey.
He should have gave you a shout out in the last podcast.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Now, what was your decision like? Obviously, you ended up playing high school, and so we don't need to talk about that. But you ended up coming back from major midget and then going up to the Noge, and that's a unique decision, I'd say. It's not necessarily a common thing down here. You have kind of seen it a little bit more in the last couple of years. But what was your decision like to go up there?
I mean, really, the decision was that it came down to I didn't really have any options. I tried out for a bunch of teams, just going to skates and stuff like that. And all summer, really, I was kind of getting some positive feedback from coaches and stuff like that, but no one really was willing to commit. So I went there, and the GM there, Paul Verstagelo, kind of gave me an opportunity to play there. So I didn't even think about it. I just had to take the year off school and just go play up there. And I'm really glad I did, because that was a really awesome first junior hockey experience for sure. Really good environment.
Cool. No,
and you
can go. Yeah.
You've played with a ton of guests we've had. And one of our most popular guests, you got one of our most viewed guests, I should say, Sean General. What was that like playing with him?
Yeah, so General's a great guy. That was, again, my first year junior. I made it about 3 months up in French River before I got traded down to Brantford. I kind of bounced around there between the junior A club and the junior B club. General's a great guy. Obviously, he was captain there. All the guys loved him in the room. He was always one of the first guys there at the rink. Again, just loved the game, loved hanging out with the guys, and, he'd always be someone you could talk to if you ever needed had issues with anything, or you'd always be in there talking to the coaches, making sure everything's going smoothly with the group.
Right. Yeah. He's definitely got a unique story for sure. General's so sick. I love him. He's a good guy for sure.
100%.
What was it like living in French Rapids, and did you also live in what I call the goat house of French Rapids?
No, so that place is pretty infamous then, I guess, huh?
Well, Jenny told some good stories about it.
Yeah, so that was a good place. I ended up spending a good bit of time there. It's a lot of fun for sure, but I lived at a billet house with some great billet parents, Rick and Michelle Bouffard. That was awesome, honestly. They kind of took me in as one of their own. To this day, I'm still in contact with them, actually. I'd like to get up there and visit them, but it was awesome. You'd go to the rink, you'd come home. She'd always have fresh cooked meals for you, or she'd have meals in the freezer if she's out at work or whatever. And all around, they accepted me into their family, and it was just an awesome experience.
But you could have lived at the goat house.
I could have. I guess I knew I wasn't going to make it there too long. They would need to find a roommate.
Was that kind of like your first taste at a billet? Like, was that kind of like a big move for you?
Yeah, so before that, I've never really lived away from home or been away from home for any period of time, really. So it was a little bit of an adjustment. But like I said, I mean, they were such great billets. They made it so easy. I was lucky enough to have my parents come up every month or something like that. So I guess it would have been like 3 times. But yeah, they came up a lot. So it was honestly a really easy transition, and just being in a room with a bunch of guys, really, it wasn't hard at all.
Yeah.
Now, coming back to Brantford, did you have a tough was it a tough season or a tough adjustment?
Yeah, I mean, it for sure. I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We didn't have a great group. It's no disrespect. I loved all the guys on the team, the coaches, everyone there was awesome. But we just didn't have a great team. So it for sure was tough. Going to the rink, a lot of times you figure, hey, like, let's just do our best and hopefully we can come away with 2 points. But it wears on the guys for sure, I think. But overall, I think we all did a really good job staying positive throughout the year and putting our best foot forward and just trying to make improvements to get to the next step.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough goal, obviously. Brentford struggled for a couple of years, and I'm sure that wasn't easy being a goalie, just practicing with them last year.
Yeah, but, I think with that being said, being a goalie, it's a little bit different because I think that year helped me a lot as well, just getting so many shots. And the Junior B division, I mean, especially some of the top teams, I was getting 40 shots a night against those good teams where it helped me develop, I think, for sure.
And you got any crazy stories from French Rapids? Someone agrees over
French River. Yeah, I mean,
because Jenny had some bad stories.
Yeah, he was there for a lot longer though. I mean, nothing too crazy, just kind of the usual stuff. Like we'd be coming back from Hearst and we'd stop off at a gas station. We'd all the vets would yell "rookie race," and I was lost. I had no idea what we got going on here. But eventually, we all had to get off the bus, and I'm sure if you guys have you ever done it, basically what it is all the rookies have to get off. They have to run to a certain spot that the vets pick out, and you have to run back. And the last rookie ends up getting a fine, and the winning rookie gets a credit. So it's all fun and games, and just kind of stuff like that. Like the camaraderie on the bus is probably the best, really.
That's crazy.
Cool.
That's crazy. The rookies get tugged on for sure. Holy, all these stories.
Yeah, I mean, they for sure, but it's all in good fun, right? Everyone that's getting to know everyone loves it. But now I just thought of another decent one. I know that Noge is known as a bit more of a physical league, maybe less skilled, some would say. But I remember one of the first preseason games, I remember we had another rookie on our team. He was an 01. His name was Ryan Gallant. So we had a preseason game, and he's a big boy. He's maybe like 6'4", 220. So he's a big guy, and he ended up having a fight with someone. And I mean, I can send you guys the video later, but he speed bagged him. It was one of the just sickest fights I've ever seen as a rookie too, coming in. It was pretty cool to watch.
Wow.
Now, moving on from that, the transition of the Dutchies after Brantford, what was that like?
Yeah, that was really awesome. Honestly, the Dutchies was probably the most fun I've ever had playing hockey. Between going to school in Guelph and being in Kitchener, obviously we had a really good team. Season didn't get finished out because of COVID and that, but every day the guys always loved coming to the rink. We had everyone got together off ice. We'd always have stuff going together off ice, whether it was we're going to play golf or we'd be playing poker for the night. Everyone was always together. So that by far was the best year I've had playing junior hockey so far. But
now we got to talk about what Keith's most excited to talk about by far is your goalie fight. And we were talking about it on the weekend. You were saying you're super happy you did it, and so just tell us how it came about and walk us through the fight and before the fight.
Yeah, well, I mean, part of it was just it's something I wanted to do. You see it on TV every once in a while, and I thought, hey, that's pretty cool. And the other half, it was kind of just frustration. Just throughout the year, I thought I was playing some really good hockey, and I obviously, just like anyone else, wanted to see if I get some more ice time. So I figured, why not give this a shot and kind of catch the coach's eye that way. So, I mean, just everyone on the team was kind of a line brawl. I'm sure you saw the video. So I just figured, hey, why not look at the goalie and see if he had any interest. And sure enough, he came up to the blue line. So I figured, why not?
That's crazy. That's a power move for sure.
I know. And then how does that work? Because you don't see the other goalie. He's on the other side of the rink. Is there any hate at all, or is it just we're doing this?
No.
If you're skating around, you're bumping into guys and kind of chirping your way, but being a goalie, you're just way at the other end.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You just see everyone else on your team kind of getting after it and starting to fight, so you kind of want to get in the mix too. And I guess he felt the same way, so it was pretty cool, and it was a really cool experience.
Well, it was also better because you won the fight pretty easily.
There we go.
I don't know if Nate and Keith seen the video, but I think you punched him once and then he fell.
Yeah, I don't know if I can take credit for a takedown. I think he more maybe slipped and fell, but a win's a win, I guess, so I'll take it.
And what was the suspension like? What were and not only for you, for the line brawl? Like, that's out of curiosity.
Yeah. So I think I got 3 games. I don't know what for me, taking my helmet off or crossing the blue line or something like that. And I think altogether we had maybe 3 or 4 guys suspended from that for stuff like just a couple games, really. So it was nothing.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, no, it was nothing crazy. I don't think the refs minded too much and kept it under control, so it was good.
Nice. So I guess moving a
Now
little
let's
forward.
kind of
What was your mindset on when you were hearing that there's going to be, a team in air and that obviously that you were going to be playing there?
Yeah, I was pretty excited. So in Brantford, I played with a guy, Curtis Anderson, and he was actually playing in air last year, and he said he loved it. Just a really great organization, really good community to play in as well. He said he loves Cody Hall as a coach and thinks he's a great guy. So I had heard nothing bad about the air, and it's only a 35-minute drive from Guelph, so I was actually really excited to get going. It's kind of unfortunate that with COVID and all, we're kind of getting delayed, and it looks like we might have a limited season with limited fans, but hopefully we can still kind of get something rolling here in the next month or two and still have a really good away year.
Now, assuming the season goes somewhat as planned, what are you most looking forward to? Especially this is your OA season. Hopefully you get some good experience from this, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'd love to win something. I haven't really won much as a hockey player at all, really. So that'd be really cool to be able to win with a group of guys. And the other thing is kind of just enjoy it one last year, maybe just enjoy being in the locker room and just kind of that aspect. Because once that's done, it's kind of done.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think there's a lot of guys on our team that are feel like you, and the young guys, I think all acknowledge it, right? Like you guys like you and Macy and Romeo and Kowalik and Smilski that are some top players in the league, and they haven't won yet. And this is their last shot at it, and I think our whole team knows that this is their last shot, and everyone wants to win it for them.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, no matter what you're doing, you always want to win, right? So no matter what, I think we're going to have a fun year. I think we have a really good group of guys, but for sure going to the rink and knowing you have a really good chance of winning games and at the end of the year being able to hold that trophy up would mean a lot. For sure, something to be one of the highlights of my junior career.
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys got to win.
Yeah. We got to win. Tell Donnie stop getting ripped on in the inter squad by me then.
Yeah, I mean, got to build your confidence up, right?
Yeah, you're just helping me, I guess. Eh? Okay, well, I think we're all good now. I don't know, you guys got anything else?
Yeah, no, it's all good. We covered everything. Sorry, it was a little bit bumpy. We're usually on the ball, but
it's all good, boys.
Okay, thanks so much for coming on, Donnie.